Let's take a look at number types in Python. Go ahead and open up a new Colab notebook. Hopefully you're getting used to the routine. Go to a new tab and type in colab.research.google.com. Then go ahead and open up a new notebook. Okay, let's call this one number types in Python. Maybe just number types. So what do I mean by number types? Well, it was kind of interesting. Recall that when we did 9 to the 1/2 power, go ahead and enter the code with me. We got not just the number 3, but the number 3.0. Okay, and right, that's a decimal. And that's different than, of course, if you do, I don't know, 3 times 1, you obviously just get the number 3, which is an integer. So these are different types in Python. And if you ever want to figure out the type of something, you can actually enter the Python keyword type. So do that with me. Put in type. You can see it changes color, indicating that it is a keyword in Python. And if we put in like the number 3, we can get the type int, which is short for integer. If you put in the type 3.0, you get the type float, which is basically a decimal in Python. Now, something interesting that you can do is called type conversion, okay? And these are the keywords that you want, int and float. So let's say, for instance, that, I don't know, you want the integer representation of the square root, assuming it's an integer. Well, we can look at both cases actually. So let's say you want to do the square root of 25 and you want to convert it to an int. You can put the int keyword first and it's going to convert it. Just to give you a simpler example, if you put in 5.0 and I convert that to an int, you get the number 5. You could also try, well, what if it's something different like 5.5? Okay, be experimental, try things out. So put in int, put in 5.5 because you're coding with me, press shift enter, and you get 5 again. Note it doesn't round up, you get the integer part. For rounding, I don't know if round is a global keyword. Well, it looks it is, so you could just put in round if you wanted to round up. You can see it does give you 6. Note the keyword, it actually changes color in Python, which is nice. And same thing with the float. If you want to convert, an integer to a float, say you want to convert the number 25 to a float, you get 25.0. Now you may be wondering, why would I want to do this stuff? Well, sometimes certain programs, certain functions require certain types. Some only take integers as input, and some actually only take floats as input. So you will want to change them on occasion. Okay. And just to go back to that one example I was saying, if it's, hey, I want to take an integer, I want the integer part when I do a square root of 25 to the 1/2 power. Now I should just get the integer, not the decimal version. You can see you do in fact get 5. So that's basically all there is to number types in Python. It's pretty much all ints and floats. Yeah, you can get a little more nuance with the types of ints, but it's not something that we are going to deal with. You may see that later when we look at different types in data analytics.